So just to kick off, this question is for both of you. It occurred to me during the Green Knight that this is the kind of movie we don't really see much of anymore as a genre. It's sort of an existential fantasy, I guess you could call it. Haven't seen something like this since maybe the 70s or early 80s. I wonder why you think that it may be, why we don't see movies more like this, and how do you think the Green Knight reinvigorates that genre?
I just think that movies these days are sort of dictated by the marketing departments of studios for the most part, and that movies are being funneled more into either massive films that are quite easy to sell from IP, or they're pushed further and further into independent land. And I think it takes a real strong visionary director like David Lowery to gather the trust, gain the trust to be able to make these sort of mid-range films that do ask us to think a bit more and to give us a journey that we're not expecting.
Yeah, totally. I speak to that. We're in this kind of society of, it's fast technology and imminent, like, Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. So everything is reduced to a kind of tiny, one sentence or click or, tiny clip. And I think, this, it's because of David and A24 that we can have a film like this, is kind of anti-establishment in its approach. It's, higher art form. It's like you said, it's existential, it's psychological, it's dealing with time and that spanning of time. And it's really cool to be a part of something like this.
Dev, your character goes through hell and back throughout this movie, and it looks like you, as the actor, we're right in the thick of all of that. Can you talk about some of the more difficult aspects of shooting this film?
There'll probably be some memes actually talking about of me just with a grumpy face, the face of the cop. Yeah. It was really, I really felt like I was going on this journey and there wasn't a lot of acting at some points because it's just, we're in this place in Ireland called the feather beds. I renamed it the weather beds because you just like skinny dude like me can just get blown off the horse in a second, but we're just, the horse is trembling. It's wet, it's cold. And, Gawain, he romanticizes these nights and these quests. And very soon, very early in the story, he faces the cold brutality of what it really was like to go through a terrain like that. So, yeah, it was not a lot of acting at all.
And Joel, your character is a very gregarious fellow and very likable on the offset. Certainly he takes an interest in Dev's character, and that relationship is so interesting. And can you talk a little about your relationships, the characters' relationships in front of the camera, and then your guys' relationship behind the scenes?
The Lord, who I play, is one of those sort of guys. I feel like I've met many of them in my life that they take an interest in the young people that enter their sphere in a way that one hand is sort of the guiding hand of comfort and welcome, and the other hand is holding some kind of knife that it's welcoming and threatening all at the same time. I think that there's a twinkle in his eye that could mean one of two things or both. And I love duplicity on screen, and I love discombobulating relationships, and I think there's something really confusing. And then, here we are set in this sort of very trippy quest film where perhaps my character exists, perhaps my character is a reincarnation of something entirely other, and that all those possibilities create an extra excitement and danger as well.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see what people think of this movie. I think it's going to have a lot of fans, and thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you.
Friends, brothers and sisters, who can regale me and my queen with some myth or tale?
O greatest of kings, let one of your knights try to land a blow against me in indulge me in this game.
I will meet thee.
Hence.
Another year nearly gone already. You must seek him out.
Was it not just a game?
Perhaps. But it is not complete.
You'll find no mercy, no happy end.
Why do you stop me?
Your doom is at hand.
You rest your bones. I'll finish your quest for you.
And what do you hope to gain from facing all of this?
Honor. That is why a knight does what he does.
Are you ready?